Hello everyone, and welcome to my show stealing Murky guide. I used this build to get to rank 1 and it was quite a bit of fun, so I hope it helps you get there as well. So let's begin. Murky's Q ability, Slime, is a short-range area of effect that applies slow and deals a small amount of damage. Each reapplication of the ability does bonus damage and refreshes the duration. Murky's W is Pufferfish, a time-delayed area of effect ability that requires 3 hits to deactivate. Murky's E is Safety Bubble. For 2 seconds, Murky is invulnerable and cannot be crowd-controlled, however he cannot attack or cast spells for the duration. Murky's ultimate will be Octograb, a channel that stuns for 3 seconds and deals 1 damage per second. Murky's trait is Spawn Egg. To make up for Murky's inherent fragility, Murky can place his egg on any passable terrain, allowing him to respawn there 5 seconds after death. This also makes Murky worth 0.25 of a kill. Murky's talents of choice are, at level 1, Block or Bubble Breeze. Block will stack up a charge every 5 seconds up to a maximum of 2, reducing the damage of the next auto attack made against Murky by 50%. The best time to pick this talent is against physical-oriented teams with Valas, Greymanes, and other auto-attackers. It is not as effective against teams with characters like Kael'thas or Jaina, as these characters do their damage primarily through abilities. Bubble Breeze increases Murky's movement speed by 20% while in Safety Bubble. This is a great talent to fight against teams with assassins that have escapes, such as Vala or Sylvanas. At level 4, you can choose between Bigger Slime or Living the Dream. Bigger Slime increases the radius of slime by 30%. This is a great tool to get to know Murky a little better, as it makes it a little easier to land the skill and removes the danger of using slime against certain melee characters, such as Sonya. Living the Dream is a great endgame talent, as it gives you 5% ability power instantly and 1% ability power for every second you're alive, up to a maximum of 15%. At level 7, Slime Advantage will increase Murky's basic attacks by 100% against slime targets. Level 10 is Octograb. Level 13, Continuous Slime will decrease the cooldown of slime from 4 to 3 seconds. This will make it safer for Murky to slime when coming out of Safety Bubble, getting a little more damage out in a tight or dangerous situation, as he will be able to do Q, W, E, then Q again almost immediately. At level 16, Slimy Pufferfish will allow Pufferfish to apply slime. This gives Murky a range application of slow or damage. At level 20, the talent of choice is Rewind. Rewind allows Murky to have a pseudo-second ultimate instead of relying entirely on Octograb. By doing a combination of Q, W, E, then Q, then 1, then Q, then W, then E, Murky can put out a sizable amount of damage in a very short span of time. And now for gameplay. Murky plays slightly different to other characters due to his egg mechanic. Imagine that Li Ming and Vala are singing their hearts out on a stage. Murky walks out, does his thing, steals the show. All eyes are focused on him. Even though Vala has the voice of an angel, nobody can take their eyes off the dancing Murloc. In the early game, Murky is inherently weaker than most other characters. He, however, excels as a distraction and support between the levels of 1 to 7. Running alongside opponents, poking at them, doing slime to slow them, will distract them, making it harder for them to get kills or objectives. By constantly poking at Diablo and Falstad, Murky makes it harder for them to approach the objective and take it from his team. And by taking an accidental ride provided by the Guardian, Murky is able to flank his opponents and finish them off. Even though Murky has died, his team has still gained a 1.75 advantage for 2 kills. Through aggressive egg placement, Murky can also pressure objectives in the early game, making it easier for his team to position or fight the enemy team off. By having his egg close to the objective, Murky is able to repeatedly pressure the opposing team, slowing them, allowing his team to get in position and poke. Even though the enemy team has superior positioning and a better team fight, opponents are lured towards Murky's egg in an attempt to make him stop respawning. This allows Murky's team to pick up a kill, pressure the enemy team even further, and even though they lost the objective, they gained an experience advantage towards future objectives and picked up several more kills. Even though Murky's tenacity in the early game can be quite overbearing to the enemy team, he comes into his own once he hits at least level 7, which is around the mid-game. Slime Advantage gives Murky a faster damage ramp as now his auto attacks are dealing a significant portion of the opponent's health. By utilizing Pufferfish to make enemies move, Slime to keep auto attacking, and Octograb to stun, Murky can not only frustrate opponents, but disrupt enemy team formations and kill lonely assassins. By following through with Tyrande's ultimate, Murky and Muradin are able to ambush the enemy team. Even though Murky got caught, by using his Pufferfish, he was able to make Li Ming teleport, which coincidentally was towards his entire team. By using his ultimate to stop Sylvanas in place, even though there's no Pufferfish, Greymane was able to slip in and pick up an easy kill. From that point onwards, it was easy to clean up the rest of the team and secure the objective. Even though it may feel great to save Pufferfish primarily for use with Octograb, forcing enemies to use movement skills, or simply disrupting formations can be strong enough. With Octograb being a 3-second stun, it's powerful enough just keeping your opponent in place for your assassins. Once late game comes around, Murky can single-handedly remove assassins by himself, or in the case of starting a team fight, he can utilize Rewind instead of Octograb to begin the fight. After hitting one of Abathur's mines, Li Ming really wants to get into the vents so she can mount in safety. Little does she know, Murky is waiting there with a Slimy Pufferfish Octograb Slime combination. Due to her movement skill being down, she can't escape and she explodes. By utilizing the Slime Rewind combo, Murky is able to slow the enemy team, almost kill Falstead, and keep them off the objective long enough for his team to arrive. Even though Murky embarrassingly forgot that ETC's ultimate will activate on death, his team has enough of an advantage to clean up the opposing team and eventually get the objective. Even if enemies escape an Octograb combination, a backup Rewind combination can do devastating amounts of damage. With Diablo arriving on the scene, and Osmodon escaping from Murky's Octograb, the situation looks a little dire. Because of Rewind, Murky is able to output significant damage and dodge Osmodon, who is trying desperately to kill him. This gives his team more than enough time to arrive, kill several people, and allows his team to push for victory. By utilizing Murky's revive mechanic, Murky can be far more aggressive than most characters. Through appropriate egg placement, Murky can be back in a fight faster than any other character, except for maybe Lost Vikings using the revive ultimate. When placing eggs, always consider where the objective will spawn next, where your teammates will push, and where you believe the opposing team is. Having an egg very close for team fights can be a great boon if your team hasn't collapsed immediately. Utilizing talents like Block, Murky can pressure objectives and scout safer than most characters. Also, checking creep camps for the opposing team can yield surprising boons. When picking Murky, keep in mind characters who can shut him down. Characters that have a high amount of burst, like Nova or Li Ming, can really be problematic to deal with. Nova can be shut down through Octograb, however, Li Ming can get skill resets, so keep that in mind. As far as supports and tanks are concerned, there's only two real standouts, and that is Chen and Johanna. Johanna can shrug off the majority of Murky's damage and become unstoppable, removing Murky slow. Chen can drink away all his problems, thus making Murky's harass virtually useless, so it's best to keep in mind who threatens Murky when first getting to know him. Well, that's all for my Murky guide. I hope you enjoyed. If you have a suggestion for a character or a game that you would like me to cover in the future, by all means leave me a comment or send me an email, guudjah@gmail.com, or send me a message on Twitter, @Guudjah. I'm currently considering trying out a sillier build of Murky and several guides for other characters, so by all means let me know what you think. Goodbye.